Good.
So let's say I'm looking for a property to rent. I've entered your website. So this property is at an apartment for rent, Laboni. The address is there, the price and everything. And you have this unique feature, the virtual tour, which you're speaking about. So how does it work?
Okay. So this is the outside.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going outside, you're checking the thing in real life, you're moving around.
Wow.
You see, okay, it has polytank. Okay, I like polytank. The surroundings, it's gated. You can probably see the next of your neighbors.
Okay.
And
so
you can even click on the building, the door, and you walk through like you are there. Okay, yeah, you click on it.
When I click on it, the bathroom.
Yeah. So you can look through the bathroom. This one,
Kitchen.
it will take you to the kitchen. You see.
I see.
Yeah, this feature the boss mind.
The boss mind, Charlie. You do all, Charlie. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gongsman channel. We're excited again to be seeing everybody. Thanks everybody for the shares, likes, subscribes. We are grateful. We keep saying that we're grateful. So please continue sharing. Today we have a guest with us. He's a business analyst, right? He's also a software engineer. And he has a new platform which he has recently launched. He goes by the name of Joseph Kofi Mensah Sims. You will see the man, so I have to give you accolades.
So it'd be data analyst.
Data analyst. I say business analyst, data analyst, and a software developer as well.
And so big entrepreneur.
Big entrepreneur. Today we're going to go into his story, how he ended up building his tech platform, what he's trying to achieve with it. He has a unique background, coming from actuarial science and then into software development. So, Sims, welcome to the channel. Do you want to introduce yourself briefly?
Bongsman, big up. Thanks for having me.
Introduce yourself briefly.
Hey, Charlie, introduction. My name is Joseph Mensah. Like he said, I have a background. I started with actuarial and kind of transitioned into tech. So, yeah. But I'm currently the CEO and the co-founder for RazorLabs.
RazorLabs. Okay. So let's go into your background a little bit. I remember you were in my class in KNUST. We came to ISU together. You were in actuarial science starts, and then next thing I know, you are doing software development. How did you make that transition? Send away and I'll move it from actuarial science to tech. How did it go about for you?
Yeah, so with that transition, it started with okay. So let's start this way. When I finished the bachelor's in actuarial science, right, of course you have to figure out a way to get a scholarship. Then I had a scholarship through actuarial to ISU.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. At that time, I didn't have any exams.
And for those of you who want to know about the scholarships and everything, we've done a video on that on the channel. So please go and watch it and be like Sims. Go and watch it.
Yeah. So had a scholarship got into, but we ISU. When I got in there, I didn't have any exams.
Okay.
And actually, you need to have exams. I don't know any actually who doesn't have any exams. So when you asked me how I got into tech, it started from there.
Okay.
Started writing exams. I know a couple of people they probably went through the same procedure. You start the first one, you write it, which CSU call, trying to see how you can continue the momentum because it's a long stretch. So you want to devote yourself to it. You need to know what you're doing. Yeah. So for me, I took the first one. My first exam, I failed. I'm like, hey, there's something to it. I tried again. It didn't work. Right? And I went ahead and jumped to the second one, which is the FM. I think at that time I'm from the financial math. I don't know what the name is now. Mm-hmm. So I did that. It didn't work. At that time, you don't need no one to tell you. You need to figure out that way. Because it's not for you.
Yeah, start switching to plan B.
Yeah, because it's a plan B for work because it's a plan A or whatever you say. But it didn't work. Then at that time, I was actually in the halfway of the master's program. And during that time in here, I was learning coding on my own. And I know there's a couple of times that you came to my room, I was coding
Yeah.
and learning stuff. So it was out of curiosity, trying to figure out how I'll be able to learn other things, not just get boxed in certain things that I might not be able to use different things, right? So at that time, even when I was doing, I didn't even know it was called tech. That's like the funny part. I was just watching YouTube videos, looking at how they make programming and all that sort of thing. So I started with just basic, just JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and all that sort of things. So during that time, when I was halfway through, I figured that this actual thing will not work because no one had to tell you. And I remember the story. You used to write the exams at Peoria. Naturally, snow power, top power, na me call Peoria Center. I'm going to try exams. Na me pay ya. Me pay ya. Adi. Charlie, I didn't so I want to know who results so instant.
Yeah.
So I got out. The woman was like, why are you acting? I'm like, do you know how many times I've written this stuff? Let me tell pa, me throw me, I'm say, hey, 5 pa. I can't one can also. That takes one pass it. So I just knew that it wasn't for me, and I had to go through that and learn it by myself.
Okay.
Do you understand? So then I transitioned into statistics, and it kind of gave me a new way to sort of explore other things. And I remember my final projects like this. I did something that was not because we're using maybe sort of data analytics to do a project, and I went into something that was obscure, like doing picture recognition. I don't know if you guys remember that thing that I presented.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of brought the idea of like programming and how I can use, stuff to put together, like writing these codes to make it work. Right. So that's where it started. So I transitioned into statistics and it kind of gave me a leeway to get into it and kind of explore more with coding.
Cool. Interesting. Yeah. So on this, this series is part of, migration, right? Like people coming from maybe Africa and, seeing opportunities here. What would you say is, the big opportunity that you, by virtue of you migrating, like you coming to America, right? So for instance, if say you had stayed in Ghana, I don't know if this would have been the pathway, right? You probably would try, and if you are Kwesi's brother, you get a job in some company and then you start.
Right.
So by virtue of migrating, then like a BONE, to position you in a way to even believe that this whole tech thing that you are playing with could work and be something.
Yeah. I think it's the exposure because I work with the different, like, so even with the startup that I have right now, we try to reach out to students or more, they kind of roll in, be with us for a year and all that. And that's what I'm trying to also teach them. And what we are trying to work with them on how to get that exposure. So I think it's the exposure and the things that you see, and it's just, I don't know, say I'm from because it's quite funny because another thing to say, we also look at it this way. Here, for example, there are certain basic things that are taken care of. So it gives you the freedom to think, and kind of go outside the box. Because if you are looking at someone we're free university area and he's in Ghana, he's either thinking about the basics, but how most of the basics have been taken care of. So it kind of allows you to move around and stuff. But that doesn't also prevent you from also doing something in Ghana though. But at the end of the day, I think it's the exposure. For me, that'll be the key thing.
Okay. So it seems like your story is one of like, personal grit and finding your way through a maze of things that anyone could on one aspect. And then the opportunities that existed, exposure, seeing that other things are possible, right?
Yeah.
And then embarking on that. In terms of resources, I would and stuff. I'm sure if you didn't have like reliable internet and Wi-Fi and all of that stuff, getting access to maybe YouTube videos just to even learn all those things would have been difficult. But Bright, you also studied programming even when we were in Ghana. So what are some of the resources that both of you used, right? So that if you are even in a place like Ghana, there's not a lot of access to the internet and everything. It's expensive even if you want to access it. How do you go around that? I know your experience is a little bit different, but between both of you.
So I think the first thing will start with the curiosity. It will start with the individual. I know the environment is tough, but it starts with the individual. Like, how curious are you? Because for example, right, 3 weeks ago, and now it's 4 weeks ago now, our power grid was cut off. I'm saying power grid was the internet. They shut. So can you imagine? So almost for 3 days, like our website was stagnant because most of our clients were Ghana. They have to use the website to settle, right? But we had to find a way to maneuver it, and we had like developers who are working and stuff like that. But in as much I said there was no internet now, we were trying to find ways to maneuver it. So I think it started with the curiosity in the individual, honestly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You see, life is hard, and everything you try to do is, anything that is worthwhile is hard, right?
Yeah.
And so if you are just saying, okay, I want all the conditions to be right before I do it, you'll probably not do it. I mean, back then in school, like, Charlie, you don't have money to buy data. Well, go to the department, the college, right? Buy and get, or go to Vodafone Cafe. Sometimes they will run some quick promos. You take advantage of whatever.
You download
right? Exactly. You download like 100 videos on YouTube. Charlie, YouTube doesn't even allow direct download, but we'll find a way to download. You get it. So yeah, totally agree with Sims there.
Yeah, all our developers are using cracked versions. We have a graphic designer on our team. All the software he's using is cracked. He's in that because he can't afford it because Adobe is charging like 299 a month.
Yeah.
But they were able to figure it out and using Adobe Graphics, After Effects, and doing all these amazing ideas.
Yeah. Okay, so let's. I want us to go into the tech platform that you built, right? So there's the company RazorLabs, right? And then there are like products that we are building.
Yes.
In general, what are you trying to achieve with the company? And I see that the early products that you built, they are centering or like they are feeding the market in Ghana, and I suppose we are looking at Africa and maybe beyond that. What is your general purpose for the company, and what are you trying to achieve with it, especially in Ghana and Africa?
Yeah. So the RazorLabs started in 2021. That's like around when the remote thing work happened. And I went to Ghana and I was like, I mean, there are ways that we can use some of these talents here remotely, right? So it was sort of, you know how remote work is like when you work remote, that Charlie, you use some big money or something, right? So it was there, but it was a few people that were doing it in Ghana, especially people who have been in tech for a very long time. I mean, they work for large corporations here. So I thought about why not? We can also have like new graduates who are out of school, ready to learn. All that you need to have, I mean, not stable internet, but their internet is flopping in and out. But at least have something working, then we can meet. And so that's how it started, to use remote work, remote talent to build something when I went to Ghana. So that's how the RazorLabs started. Then after that, it was like a lot of minds together. We meet on meetings and we are bringing up ideas that we have this issue of this whole agent thing. Let's try and figure out a way where we can connect the renters and the landlords together. So that's how come we create our first product, which is Openprop.
Okay. So that's the first need that you think that you have identified that you are trying to meet up. That's admirable.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's great. So Openprop, I mean, I've been going through the website. I think it's pretty neat, and I actually like the visuals, right? Because sometimes when you're looking for properties, especially if you're not in Ghana, Charlie, you see some weirdly taken pictures as a tomato kind of pictures. But yeah, this is really good. So what it is that okay, good, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Any trigono. Yeah, so maybe you can open some of the properties where you really like that.
How about you walk me through it? When I drop on your page, what should I look at?
Yeah, so you big up the devs. Let me give them their shout outs, because
when you say devs, what do you mean? Sorry, some of our audience don't know some of the terms. You may say, we the non-coders, no.
Yeah, all the Everything that you see there were African made devs from Ghana and Nigeria. That made it.
So by devs, you mean developers, those
developers,
who do the
yes.
coding
Yeah,
and
developers,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, software developers. Yeah. So if you want to get here, the first thing that you see will be renting made easy for everyone. That's the target, to make it easy for everyone. So I think once we walk through, so you scroll down a little bit, you see on the top here, you see for renters here, scroll down a little bit. The first thing that you see will be the new listings. So these are listings that are up right now. People can go there and check it out. One thing that we're cautious about is because we wanted to add the virtual tour option to our platform now, we made it shown there is there as a virtual. So there are properties that has virtual tour, some of them don't have, so that we can
let me use this one as an example.
Good.
So let's say I'm looking for a property to rent. I've entered your website. So this property is at an apartment for rent, Laboni. The address is there, the price and everything.
It is there, yep.
Okay, I can see everything that is available there. And you have this unique feature, the virtual tour, which you're speaking about. So how does it work?
So you come here. So the reason why we did this, you know how Ghana Ocean, right? You're looking for homes and apartments. You have to visit different properties to choose what you like, and that will attract 200 cities. Agents for normal file, you have to pay
200 cities.
Yeah, 200 cities. Yeah, to go look at it. And sometimes agents will do also. You'll find say I'm living with say Butchie. He'll probably take me to somewhere in Kaswa, right, and take me to another one in Hachu. So by the time you get back, you are tired. It's like, oh, I just looked at 2 years, then we can continue tomorrow. 200 cities is gone.
Another 200 cities tomorrow.
Yeah. So this one makes it easier. You can do your virtual tour. You can look through the building. So when you kind of scroll around, you see that.
Okay. So
you can click and drag around.
Yeah, you can click and drag around. So this is the outside.
Yeah.
So it's like you've gone outside. You are checking the thing in real life. You are moving around.
Wow.
You see, okay, it has polytank. Okay, I like polytank. The surroundings, it's gated. You can probably see the next half of neighbors.
Okay,
And
so
you can even click on the building, the door, and it will walk through like you are there. So if you go back to the first picture, you click on it.
When I click on it, the bathroom.
Yeah. So you can look through the bathroom. It's just like you being in the building. And you click on this one. It will take you to the kitchen. You see.
I see.
Yeah, this feature the boss mind.
The boss mind, Charlie. You do all, Charlie.
Yeah.
You let me go and look at another property. Right now, I'm getting all the properties.
Go to another one.
Let's look for.
So this one doesn't have a virtual tour.
This one so it seems like some of them have and some of them don't have.
Yeah.
So what is the arrangement? What's the difference?
So the difference is some people will opt in for a virtual tour, some people will not. It depends on the landlord.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, but we are trying to instill the virtual tour because that will make things easier for people looking for apartments.
Okay, let's try this one with the virtual tour.
Yeah. So
the virtual tour, if you come into the page, you click on the property, the virtual tour is usually down.
Down, yes.
You scroll down and you see it.
Yeah.
So you click on it.
Yeah, you can move around.
You drag it. Okay, cool. You can see there's a pool table in the apartment.
Right.
Exactly.
Nice. So you go into the kitchen area.
Good.
You can look at the kitchen.
And yeah.
Wow, Charlie. This is good. This is good.
Oh, yeah, really
to share an experience, when I was first coming to Illinois State, right? I was looking for apartments even back then. You remember Class Act. You go to the Act Realty, shout out to them. You go to their website, then you see the buildings and the rooms that are there, and then you have something similar where you can walk through the apartment and see what you like about it and what you don't like. So big ups to you for implementing such a thing.
Oh yeah, it's a game changer. I mean, this is definitely putting you on a good side of the curve.
Cool. And you can also see what do we see here?
Yeah, where the listing is.
Okay.
On the map.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it must take a lot of boots on ground, for instance, to go take the resources you need for this virtual tour, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned, you gave the shout outs to the devs, the developers.
Yeah.
How much of boots on ground do you need to coordinate? Because the business is beyond just building the sites, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that process like?
Yeah. So I think you're talking about the customer acquisition and how we get people and on the ground and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, so you start. So now the main education is trying to let people know that there's a different way of looking at this whole renting thing. You don't have to necessarily have to visit these places. Let's say if you have work from Monday to Friday, what time do you have? At least in the weekends, maybe. But this one, you can check multiple properties, more than 10 within a day, right? So how we go about it is we reach out to you, the landlord, we set up a time with you, we come to the property, we check if everything is good, and we are dealing directly with the landlords,
Okay.
right? So we come there, we make sure that everything is good, the papers, everything of the building is good. Then we inspect it, make sure that it's readily available. Because there's another case where some landlords are waiting. Let's say there's no POP in a house. He'll wait for the advance to come in before
Well,
the
let me
beginning of
advance
the.
before you come again.
So there's some people there too. So that's one thing that we are trying to also accommodate. When we started, we've had a lot of people coming in for that sort of situation too. So we're also trying to accommodate those people where we will create some sort of a tag or maybe a banner for them where we show that this property has a virtual tour, but this is the situation.
Okay.
So keeping everything transparent. So we know that once you are doing it, you know what you are getting.
Okay.
You understand? So there are a lot of people like that too. So we go ahead, we come there, we set up our 360 virtual camera, we capture everything, then we get back and we work on it and upload everything for you. So everything is on us. We come there, we do everything for you, we set it up, everything
Okay.
like that.
So
Everything.
there's a certain level of certainty that when you
Mm-hmm.
come to Openprop and you look at a property, what
Mm-hmm.
you are seeing there has been vetted by
Yeah.
you guys' team. So it's not like
Yeah.
anybody is going in blind. There's a certain level of assurance. Of course,
Oh
cannot
yeah.
be 100%, but
Mm-hmm.
people have
Yeah.
done some due diligence on the property.
Yeah. Everyone on the
Yeah.
platform is verified,
Can I
and
suggest? Can I suggest one improvement? Or like
please.
it's not because of this virtual thing, right? I know
Mm-hmm.
some of the neighborhoods, the roads and stuff are not particularly good. Can you
Mm-hmm.
guys also capture the road leading to the place
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, so that we
so
can
that
see the whole
you know,
environment. Yeah.
so that people can see where
Mm-hmm.
the building is, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
maybe not just the road, but the surrounding,
the
right?
surrounding environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
You
Yeah.
pay me for that one.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, it's cow. Charlie, okay, so as a landlord, I come here, I go to list an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and I put my email address and
Yeah.
password, or I sign up for it.
Sign up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then I put my details there. You guys will reach out to me, and then you come visit the
Yeah.
property, take
Mm-hmm.
the images, the virtual
Yeah.
tour, and
Yeah.
upload it.
Yeah. And
And then I
verify
pay for
and
it.
you have to verify your identity too.
Yes.
With the
Okay.
Ghana card.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yep.
Baumia.
Yeah. Shout out to Baumia. Yeah, we
That'd
do
be
the
cool. That'd be cool,
verification. Yeah,
Charlie.
we go to we use the GRA, we ping it and we know that it's good and everything. Yeah. So we
Cool, cool,
verify
cool, 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 cool. So
identity.
I think we can shut down the websites right now and then go back with the rest of our conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. I mean, this is very impressive. And so you mentioned that your devs have been virtual, like
Mm-hmm.
people scattered around, and
Yeah.
then you definitely have a team on the ground, and
Yes.
this is great. So what would you say have been some of the issues that you have faced, putting a team together, especially when folks are virtual, right? Somebody might just say, oh, my internet is not up, or meanwhile they are busy somewhere. So what
Yeah.
are some of the challenges you have faced, on the technical
Mm-hmm.
side, team and then landlords? Anything you care to share with these
Yeah,
guys?
so I think this one is split into two. So we can talk about the customers. That one is the whole thing on its own, and also our team. So the remote work is tough. It's tough, but you need to be very hands on. You know, as of now, we have about 5 devs now. That includes software developers, front end, and UI UX designers too as well.
Okay.
In terms of, so we start with the hiring process. So you come in there, and I'll share a few stories. Ghana, the thing is, branding is awesome. There's a lot of people that there's a lot of branding, but when it gets to the actual work, it becomes an issue.
Okay.
They'll brand themselves very well, you know, they'll have things on their CV. You look at the CV like, yo, this looks like a ChatGPT CV, because the way it's structured here. You know, and from my experience, I think IG can even testify. We've gone through series of training on how to work on your CV. So when I see things that are too structured, I'm like, hey, bulletin, right? Example, maybe KPMG and I say visa. The listing of the criteria for it, you know, no matter baby. I'm like, are you really sure? Say you've coded in all these
company
I've coded Google.
You assisted because the resume is telling something else. You know, so that's one of the things. It's fine. We accept these things. They come in. We tell them that they should be comfortable. We go through the interview process, but that's where the thing is. Because they have the thing that is not matching with the practicality. The theory is there, they've written a lot of things. It gets the problem solving, then there's an issue. So we try as much as possible to give room for them, but we try to scrutinize too. Because we are doing work and that's directly affecting customers. So most of them will get out of school and they don't have that practicality to say, okay, these things that I've quoted, how can we apply it into real life? So aside just dealing with this, the people issue, it's about training too. You know, and I can't do it by myself. I have a CTO who's very good. And he understands it because he also went through the process of schooling in Nigeria and moving here and working. So he understands. You know. So we had an issue one time where during an interview process, we told the guys, feel free, okay, and relax. And let's go through this. If you have questions, ask. But you know, this is the thing that we go through in school where everybody's trying to prove something.
Yeah.
So you don't understand. Ask, okay, this logic doesn't make sense. Can you please explain? Then we go to, okay, we'll give you hints. Because that's the whole point. But no, who's going to be first? How can I show it? And we got to know it. I'm like, relax. Let's go through the process little by little. So that's another problem. So once they get off school, it's more about trying to prove and it's not needed. Ask the questions so that we can help you. So come to think of it, one of the things that we have issues with is asking questions. Feel free to know your faults there. Okay, I don't understand this thing. It's okay if you don't know. So that we can work through with you. So that's one of the things. Aside that, of course, we've made it so open to the point where I will want you to communicate with me if you can do this thing today. Right? Because there's timeline and we hold them accountable. So we have like a 2-week sprint. And within the 2-week sprint, we schedule, okay, you have this feature that you're working on. So for example, you see the feature where you have to sign up, we give it to one individual and we are tracking.
Okay.
So it's hands on deck. We are giving us updates every day. So if you can't do it and day within the 2 weeks and you don't complete your sprint, you don't complete your project, then what were you doing?
Okay, cool. So some flexibility there, but with some structure.
Yeah, some structure. I can't say, America, almost say, who could do red light? I say, I want to bet you remember myself. When you get there and it's red, you can't go. You can't go. Nobody's there holding your neck, but you really can't go. So, yes, so we put the structures that are guiding us to manage all these things.
Okay.
Right. Cool. How about on the part of, you mentioned customers and maybe landlords? What are some of the hiccups? And how are you going around that?
Yeah, so some people are looking for East Legon 2-bedroom with 250 cedis a month. Boss, how is that? That's the other side of it. We can try to
wait. They call you and they're like, that's what they're looking for.
That's what they want. What are you going to do? You know,
hey, if we go on the kiosk there.
Yeah, but
also a 2-bedroom.
2-bedroom kiosk.
250 cedis a month. How is that possible? You know, but one thing too is one thing we noticed about our customers is over 80% is between like 500 cedis to 2,000 cedis. We created a poll and we got to realize that, and it actually reflects the pockets of our people because how much are you going to earn within a month? Let's say you earn like 4,000, and even 4,000 is like bank managers who average probably 2,000 or something, and you are pricing the property around maybe bare 5,000 cedis a month. People cannot pay. So 250 was reasonable. I understood it, but the location.
No, it's Legon there.
Yeah, location is wrong. So that's one of the things. People wanting the location and the pricing, it doesn't tell you.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I have a question. It seems like for now, your focus, right, is on Ghana, and you do have some devs. Let me use the
Yeah.
technical term
Yeah.
in Nigeria as well. So maybe you might be thinking about going there as well. And
Yes.
in general, why, as somebody who left Ghana, is currently schooled here and is currently
Mhm.
working here,
Mhm.
why is the focus on Africa, and what are you trying to achieve with your company?
Yeah. So I think for me, I'm so focused on the solutions. I'm just tired of talking. They're talking plenty. You need to actually impact the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've dealt with this whole renting problems before.
Okay.
So I think it's just a way for me to provide a solution to something that I went through.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because the talking and there's no action doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's been something that I've always said that I always want to be able to at least some way, somehow solve a problem that I've been through before for where I come from. Because the only thing that you also want to know is that no matter how it is, when you build for someone else, it's a job. But when you
Yeah.
Mhm.
build for your own home, that's like the actual legacy that you want to have for yourself or for your people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Right.
know, so that's how I see it. In as much that it's tough because building anywhere else is tough, but building in Africa, in Ghana, is tougher. All the odds are against us, but then again, that also provides you a challenge for you
Yeah.
to also go through
And
and
look for
help.
solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's admirable. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
admirable.
No.
Right. We're going to say something.
Sorry. Yeah. I just keep scrolling through the website.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry
you
about
didn't try.
that.
The website they be
Yeah.
you eh.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's really fine.
It's
I
good.
mean, I like Sims mentioned, I've had this problem myself, right? Where I'm looking at properties in Ghana. I think there are other websites there. I think
Mhm.
Casa or whatever they
Yeah.
call it, right? There are a couple of them, and you know, when you go there, it's like people are posting things. You don't know what to trust,
Yeah.
and so on and
Yeah.
so forth. You don't see much. So I'm really, really impressed by this one. So so you mentioned your devs are remote, and
Mhm.
after somebody goes through this interview process, they got to get paid, and this
Mhm.
this whole thing costs money, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe you won the lottery and we didn't hear.
Hey, Charlie.
How are you how
I
are
wish.
you finding getting financing, any
Mhm.
support, any so if somebody is thinking about a business like this, right?
Mhm.
um what avenues could they explore when the question of, okay, but how am I gonna get the resources I need to build something like that?
Okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah. Cool.
Everything is bootstrapped. Everything is from us. There's no funding. And you need to start this thing going in that you are going to do it by yourself. No one's going to help you. Yeah. So looking for funds and waiting for funds before you start, you wait. You really, really wait. So you
So
need to
this is
start.
from pockets.
Yeah, it's from your own pockets. You need to start. And one of the good things is that so for example, if you're working with maybe people who are fresh out of graduate school, they are
Mhm.
paying them. Let's say government is paying them 712. I think that's the amount of money now they are paying.
Yeah.
Wait, wait, wait.
Ghana
700
712
cities or something
Ghana
like that.
cities.
city. Say yeah.
National service.
Up
Yeah.
go.
Yes, ours we pay more. We pay more than that, right?
Okay.
So at least there's some sort of incentive that is more than what is the threshold.
Okay.
So I'm more excited to jump on it. Yeah, but with the funding is on your own.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing
So
that.
last question. How do we find you? I
Mhm.
know you are not only building Openprop, you guys do
Yeah,
like websites and other
yeah,
products for people who are
Mhm.
interested.
yeah.
So how do we find you? How do we get in touch if somebody wants some product, something that is similar to what you built for
Uh-huh.
something else? How can they reach out to you and have you and your team get on it and do the quality work that you guys have done for yourself?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can find us on LinkedIn, Razor Labs, on
RazorLabs.
Instagram to razor.labs.
Okay.
You can also reach out to us, razorlabs.tech@gmail.com.
Okay.
You can personally also text me, call me anytime,
Okay.
571-477-7777.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll put all of that detail in the video so that it's probably
Mhm.
showing right now as you guys are watching. So please reach
Yeah.
out to Joseph and his team. As you can see, they have an excellent product with
Mhm.
Openprop. They are venturing into other things as well. They are going to be I believe, one of the big tech firms in Africa. And personally, I have to tell you this. I saw, when everything started, right? Our
Yeah.
rooms were opposite each other. And if you know me, I like to come into my roommates' rooms and just disturb them. I saw you from when you
so this time around you failed. Nonsense.
I saw you when you were watching the YouTube videos, doing some other products that you developed. We've had some
Yeah.
ideation on other things as well, and it has led you to this point. And I am very impressed. I know that you are going to take it into even greater spaces. Get into even bigger things as well. So all the best, Charlie Joseph. Keep it
Yeah,
up.
no,
Keep it up.
really good. So please, viewers, if you are thinking of renting a
Yeah.
house, maybe at some point you can buy a house there. Who knows? Just
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Meaning
So go on to the platform, do virtual tours. I'll probably do 5 more tours.
Would you?
Video. It's a very impressive product, especially in the kind of communities we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, Sims. This is amazing.
And thanks to our viewers. Oh, you get the last word.
Oh no, thanks for having me, Charlie Bonksman. Charlie, for sure. Charlie, this thing feels like Saturday afternoon do night with you now. Very intimate. I like that.
Yeah. So maybe we'll bring you back, when there is more stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
so thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe. Let somebody know about this video because they might just be looking for a property as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios. Bye.
Bye.